What is going on, everyone? Welcome back to the Bear NecessiTCG, and today we're going to be opening up some more Kryptik, this time Genesis Wave 2. I'm trying to get more cards to start creating a deck. I picked this one up for $35 on eBay, so prices are good for the player. But at the same time, that's not great for the actual game itself being that low. So I was talking to... Great. How do I open this? I'm going to just destroy this. Who put this much tape on it? This is some strong tape. But I did talk to some Discord members about the game. I try to find a state of, where it's at, because I am in Vegas. I am local and I'm trying to find places to play this game, but there doesn't seem to be many players, many card shops that even carry it. So that has me a little bit worried about the future of the game. I know that they're trying to perfect this third set, and whether or not they ran into some issues, I don't want to judge. Running a business is pretty hard. Trying to break into the TCG market when all the other games are doing it I'm sure is, a challenge on its own also. So I hope they figure it out. I hope they, they can get some good looking cards, some well-balanced ones, no printer issues, things like that, and keep the game alive, because it is... I did have fun with it, even though I just played the demo decks, those 30 card ones. It was fun, and I'm looking through the card list. I can tell it's going to be something that I like playing. So we have a Soaring Cascade as far as our box topper. One thing I did notice is the singles market just isn't there. I see a lot of people buying, PSA and other graded CGC cards and everything like that. But when it comes to the singles on TCG Player, I'm just not seeing many. Why is this backwards? It's supposed to be backwards. A Corpse Heist. But I'm not seeing too many sales going on there. Not many cards, not many sales. And the other thing is a lot of them are listing their cards at a lightly played, and it's curious because I don't necessarily think that's true. I think they're having some issues coming out of the pack. Got an Astrid. I'm trying to get a playset, which I believe is 3. Not that she's super rare or anything, but want to get a deck. Got Dead on Arrival Horror Hollow. But what I'm seeing is that the quality of these boxes seem to be better than the other set I opened. The other set I opened had, if you looked at the backs on almost every pack that I opened, you'd see the whitening and dings and dents and just all sorts of messed up and imperfections. So this is a lot better. Got Corbin, Alona, Orpheus, Flanagan. Another hollow there. And I'm sure a lot of people... Actually, I don't know. I don't know who's watching this video right now, because I open and play a lot of TCGs, so sometimes others will watch the video. They might be Digimon players or Pokemon players, and they'll get introduced to a new game and everything. So maybe they don't know. But when I was talking to some Discord members, they were filling me in on some of the cool stuff that Kryptik does. And one thing is I don't know if there's a term for it, but I'm just going to call it the evolving story, where these citizens you see, characters in this game, they're called citizens. These are people that are living on the island, and they're going through trials and tests and things like that, which means that they all have a story that they follow. Whether that's going to be written in books. I know there's a comic book that's it's a physical comic and also a web version that's free if you go to their site and you can read it. So everyone has a story. And that means some of these stories have to come to an end. Got a Hollow Davy. And with them coming to an end, that means that there are cards and certain citizens that will keep appearing in different sets. But once they're killed off, they're dead. They're not coming back in future sets. I'm sure they could write something into where they get resurrected. But in the end, they may not come back. And I think that's super cool. And it adds another sense of rarity to these cards. And they said there was only one person that got killed off. And I don't remember his name. But I wonder if I can pull him. He's got to be in here somewhere. But they show him in the next set. Or the most recent set. He's got a card. There's a card that shows him getting sacrificed by two other citizens. And I think it's just super cool. And I don't know how they determined why he was the one who died. But whether that was player-based, which I think it was. I don't know if it was a vote or what. But I thought it was super cool that they have that going on. So you never know if your favorite citizen is going to be on the chopping block next. But I am going backwards. So while most people open Genesis already, I'm just starting to do it. And so I'm seeing a big difference right now as far as the... I want to say what the newer set is, but I forgot the actual name of it. But they have more... It seems like they went more of a collector route with the most recent set. You know, it had a lot of different types of hollows and different foilings, things like that. And this one doesn't seem to have that. Charlie's Ascendancy. Got a spell. But this one doesn't seem to have as much... Not variety. Oof. I'm sorry, it is late. I'm just sitting here filming videos, opening up as much as I can, and my words are getting all messed up. Flanagan. Trivialize. I think Aurora is just such a cool card. As far as the artwork goes. It's kind of cartoony, but at the same time, it's got that gritty darkness. But I was trying to find more people online, more YouTubers that are into Kryptik, and I couldn't find many. I found a lot that were into Kryptik when it was in Kickstarter, but then I don't know what happened. Brassman's Will. So they did tell me about this card too, as far as it is the same artist that did... Or is it the daughter? Wait a minute. Let's look. Sierra Rush. But the person that made the Black Lotus, like the art for that, has something to do with Brassman's Will, which is why it's so similar. And I think the actual card text is kind of the same. You may only have one copy of Brassman's Will in your deck. Add one of any color soul energy to your soul pile. Only use this soul energy to cast spells. Abolish Brassman's Will after it resolves. So, not quite as good as Black Lotus in Magic, but it has the same function, which is super cool. Conroy, Corbin. I got to read in the lore a little more, too. It's like, undead. How are they alive? What is keeping them alive? Is it a person? Fiona. Fionn. And, Morning Muster. Kerrigan. That was another super cool card that I hope they don't kill her off. The artwork is beautiful on this, and I love music. Might have to make a Mystic Bard deck if they have enough that have instruments. I guess it doesn't have to be Mystic. As long as I have an instrument, it still works. Wrath Judgment. That was the Kerrigan lore card. Rewind Tenacity. Come on, where's the guy that dies? I'm gonna find him. Oh, I forgot how many packs they have in this, which I really like. I really appreciate that they load them with packs. Rosa. The Graph. Einar. Which I think is a cheap card. Cheap as in, if someone doesn't have a response to that, like a new player. Like when I played, she had no response to him. And I just kept hitting every turn. Henry. Dex. Hey, cool. Got a hollow version of her. There he is. Hold on. Before we get to him. Kerrigan. Sidestep. Whenever Kerrigan destroys an 11-year card, after that card is revealed, you may sacrifice Kerrigan. If you do, that card's controller cannot cast it for its 11-year cost. For 3 mana, I mean, it could. I have to play more to see if that's even good. It does have Sidestep, which is nice, and that ability to counter that. It's not actually counter. The card's controller cannot cast it for its 11-year cost. It's more of a stall because the card still goes to their hand. All right, here we are. Kieran, Ascendant Citizen. So he has 3 cards, or 2.5, I'm going to say. We have this version of him, and we're not talking like alt arts and anything like that. We have this card. There is another card in the next set. And there's an additional card in the next set of him getting sacrificed. That was unwilling sacrifice, something like that. Super cool. I don't know what about him and why he ended up dying, but it makes you wonder, and it makes you want to go look at the look at the lore, talk among people. Someone knows the story. Unfortunately, I don't. Rhea, Moxie. But I guarantee you next time I'm at Front Row Card Shop and the creator of this game's there, I'm just going to ask him. I'm going to ask him all these questions. Maybe he'll let me record them. And then I'll just like go through everything that I'm wondering about the game. Updates, how the lore works, where, how the art is made. Who's the next to get killed off? How do we determine that? Are we doing more tournaments, cash prizes, things like that? Will there ever be a world tournament? Are there other countries looking to play this game? There's so many questions I have. But the gameplay videos just seem to stop. I want to bring that back. I want to start recording some games because it's nice. It's quick. It's easy. There's a couple rule questions that I still have. But overall, if you play other card games, you can pick this up pretty quick. Capital Punishment, Morning Muster, Feathergraph, Rash Judgment, Fatal Poke. I wonder if the pack shows what can... Okay, here we are. Let's read the actual pack so we know what we're looking for. Contains 7 common cards, 1 rare card, 1 rare or noble rare card, and 1 random rarity foil card. Pull rates, noble rare, 1 in 6 packs. Cryptic text, 1 in 200 packs may contain serialized cards. So that is what we're looking for in this set. We're looking for that. What is it? What I say? 1 in 200? Yeah, 1 in 200. We are looking for something special. There's more of a chase, more of a hunt when it comes to Genesis as opposed to the newer set that seems to have, the clue cards and all those fancy things. Got a Fatal Poke. Vlad. It's all right. We got more packs though. We can hit that. We can hit it. I'm gonna speed it up. We're gonna speed it up. Got our foil Rhea. And then I believe that these cards too, I don't know if it's this one, but there's some art on these cards that look like they were from old famous painters. Now, I could be wrong, but I think that's where they were getting some. Like this, Mortal Blow, I want to say I've seen that somewhere in some old art. Not positive. Moxie, Decaying. Oh, no. I wasn't lucky with my other games as far as opening boosters and random stuff like that. I'm just very unlucky recently. Celine, Underworld Escort, Infinity Blade. But I just want one. I want to see what one fancy card looks like. And it may not happen, but we still have all of these. Normally, we'd be done. So from a player's perspective, this is really nice that I have all these cards that I can make decks from. Clapton Irons. But if I have one message to kind of send the owner, the people that work there, is, well, there needs to be a little more news about the game itself, less about the cards. What I mean by that is there is the announcement on Discord. It's like, oh, new announcement. Like, oh, great. What's coming up? What's coming up? And it is, new alt art cards or PSA. No, it's not PSA. I think he's CGC. But, new variant art and things like that for cards. And while those are cool, I'm still waiting for some sort of update on the new set. Even if it's just like, all right, just finished up 5 new cards, or, hitting the printers, working on lore, just something. It needs something to keep the game going, especially tournaments. That's something I don't see people running tournaments on webcam or through Discord or locally. Just there needs to be some sort of kind of action for this game. They can have the best art, the best gameplay, but if no one's playing it, no one's talking about it, then that's no good. All right, let's go. Got 4 packs left. We probably won't get anything, but it's okay. It's okay. We got this box so we could make some decks and try the game out a little more in depth. Mock Cassandra. But I can see why he said that the pack opening experience was a fun one in the newest set. Because it makes you feel like you're pulling more cards, more rarities and things like that. Just because there's more shiny things to it. Last pack, we did not get the 1 of 200, but that's all right. I wouldn't even know what was good anyways. I went through this entire box and still don't know what a good chase rare card is. But I had fun opening it, and I will continue to have fun opening Kryptik. Watch out for some gameplay videos. I'm going to try to record some soon with some decks that I built. I've been playing around with maybe a one undead deck, and then maybe I'll make her a deck around Astrid, because that is the name she goes by on Discord. So I think it'd be pretty cool for her. And then also Rose is looking pretty cool, and Kerrigan. There's so many options in this game, and I think that's why I'm drawn to it. Just because I'm not like, oh, I'm gonna play this and that's it. Because most card games, I'm like, oh, I'm gonna play purple. I want to play blue. Here, I'm like, Mystics have some cool people, but the undead though. Those citizens are pretty cool, but I'm like, humans. I never like humans, but in this game, humans seem like they could be pretty cool also. But I don't know until I start playing a little more. But that is the box opening. What did you think about the cards that I got? Did I get some good ones? If there's anything you need or want to trade, let me know. Maybe I skipped over some super, super rare card. But again, I'm going to be making some decks, playing some games, and I will catch everyone next time.